I have been asked if there are any tips on writing that I would want to share. So I've come up with 5 tips that I think every writer needs to know about. And oh my God, you guys are really gonna wanna stay around for the 5th tip. It is serious. Tip number 1 is an easy one. It is read as many books as you can read. The reason that this one is so important is because there are a lot of different writing styles, and the best way to really understand what kind of writing you like is to read a bunch of writing. It really is important to expand into as many different reading genres, or at least authors, as you can. The worst thing you can do is just read the same author every single time, because you aren't really learning about different writing styles. The little cheat that I have kind of discovered lately is something that might be a little bit controversial. So come in close so the others can't really hear me, but I think it's okay if you don't finish every book that you start reading. Like, look at how many books I have in my library. There is no way that I could possibly read them. So sometimes I will just read the first 50 or 100 pages of a book just to kind of get the writing style that I am looking for from this particular author or this particular book. Tip number 2. In the same way that it is important to read as much as you can, it is equally important to write as much as you can. This is a process that will take you years. This right here are collected poems from my typewriter. I also have binders and notebooks filled with random writing. Not to mention all the blogs that I've started and abandoned online. You are not going to be a great writer at the beginning. In fact, you are going to be terrible. In fact, if you don't look back at your writing from 5 years ago and cringe, then that means you are not evolving enough as a writer. Or at least that's what I tell myself, because when I look back at these books, I absolutely cringe. Tip number 3. Your first draft will never be perfect. Don't try to get it perfect the first time that you write it. The purpose of your first draft is to get the ideas of your book out and on paper. In fact, many times your final draft is going to look nothing like that first draft. Once you go back to edit, you're going to find a bunch of plot holes. You're going to find different storylines that you're going to want to tinker with. And obviously, you're going to want to change a lot of the writing choices that you made. Which brings me to tip number 4. Great writing is not in the writing itself, but it is in the editing. It's the same thing that I tell people when it comes to photography. The taking of the photo is just to get everything that you kind of want to work with. But it is the editing that makes it beautiful, unique, and something worthwhile. And finally, tip number 5, patient with yourself. None of the writers that you idolize were able to do it overnight. I have been writing nearly every single day for about 10 years. And I'm still nowhere near where I want to be in my writing career. But that's okay, because every day that I sit down to write, I'm getting a little bit better. I'm learning a little bit more. And I am preparing myself for the day when my writing finally strikes gold. And when that opportunity comes, I will not miss it, because I put in the time and I've done the work. So go out there and write.